I got my first real 4-star card. Man, I was hooked on this stuff. Play New Japan Collection till my fingers bled. Gonna talk about it on Markout Mania. Zeus, he introduced us to this game. James and I, we got addicted bad. There's other stuff we will talk about, but before we get to that feeling when you draft, oh, the possibilities are endless. Saving up those lion stones, and we're so ready to mark out live on Markout Mania. Live on Markout Mania. It's time for Markout Mania.
Woo! Woo! What's going on? Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Markout Mania. We've got James, the Extreme Sarno. How are you? Whoa, what
silent?
Happened? Okay, we'll get back to James. We've got the God of Thunder, Zeus King Dark. How are you, Zeus?
Good.
Oh, we have lost James. I'm sure he will be back.
Technology hates us.
Yes. This is true. As we at some point we will see with me, most likely. But what's going on? How's everything?
It's good. It's good. You know, been a nicer week this week here, and so, you know, there's no more. No more snow. So,
hey, James.
Hello.
Yes.
There you are.
What the hell's happening over here?
You drafted a 4-star card and it kicked you offline.
I got interrupted by a trade request. My bad. No, I don't know what the hell happened. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Double Y, double H. What's up?
Shout out to YYH to the chat room.
Y2H to the 2. Yes, I'm doing good. I'm bugging out. Sorry that I got disconnected. Is that Zeus created a fucking monster over here? I'm addicted to this game like a crackhead. You know, it's brutal.
So it also should be mentioned too. If you'd like to, you know, see more about you know, New Japan Collection, you can go back and look at Pedro's episode of Looking at Cards, where he showed us what he had on his collection at that time.
Yeah, now I wish I had thought of that. So I could tell you the episode number.
Yeah, Zeus and Pedro has been trying to get me to play this game for like months, and I finally joined last week. And oh my stars and garters, it's a rock.
Yeah. So and so I gave James the crash course. How long were we on the phone, James?
For about good 2.5 hours, man. Yeah, we were doing it though. We were killing it. We were trading. We were getting tickets. We were doing all kinds of stuff. You know, it's gotten to the point where everywhere I go now, I was at my mom's house. Mom, back up! I'm trading. I was at cardiac rehab. Give me a minute. I'm doing a fucking draft. You know, it's brutal. I'm telling you, I'm hooked. We're on the phone for like 2.5 hours. It was fun times.
Looking at Cards number 33 is the episode about New Japan Collection. For anyone curious,
fun stuff.
Yeah. So and your collection has grown considerably since then.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Well, yeah. I'm at Pedro's since.
I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't know. Let me do a little calculation here because I'm not good with math, so I have to use a calculator. So I think I have 54 4-star cards at the moment.
Nice.
You have more than that, don't you, Zeus?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have
And
like
you've got way more of the rare cards. I don't have a ton of rare cards, so.
Well, that's why when you're playing this, when you have other friends and you can, you can, trade stuff around when you get doubles. So
Yeah, I got a new ally this morning, and then you try to take my issue away like 5 seconds later after I proved his ally. It's like the hell out of here, No.
Yeah, I traded for a 4-star Bushi I wanted last night. I also traded for a Naito I wanted. So.
Yeah, this card game is definitely addictive. It's fun stuff, though. I have to agree. You guys were right. It's fun. It's fun. Although it's hard holding on to tickets and stones and coins.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as soon as I get them, I'm like, I want to trade. Draft.
Zeus,
Yeah.
do you feel like this past week or two, the amount of like lion stones has kind of been slower?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, see, like on the missions, because I save up all those, I hoard all those coins for the beginning of the month. I kind of get, I knock out most of those missions. I got 72 4-star, by the way.
Oh wow,
Jesus,
I just counted it up.
72, savage.
Yeah. And it's been it's a little funny, but you got that survey, and you do that survey, they're going to give you 20 lion stones at the beginning of April is when it said that they're going to go out.
Couple
more weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm at 26 or something lion stones at the moment. Not where I want to be.
Right. I got like 77 or something like that.
Wow.
I got dick. I got like 4.
I just been hoarding them, since the Legends one happened.
Mm-hmm.
There hadn't been anything I really, been overly excited about.
This is a fun game. Yeah. It's a fun game. I gotta admit, it's fun.
I also play the Star Wars
highly
collection game, and that game is really addictive too. And the super cool like animated and cards and stuff you can get there are just mind blowing in a way. So.
I'm gonna put it like this, okay? I have a smartphone with a 5,000 milliamp battery, okay? All right, so it's a big battery for my phone, right? My phone lasts all day, because I'm usually up at 6. By the time I put my phone back on the charger, I got about 35% left, right? Ever since I started playing this game, every time I put my phone back on the charger, I'm at like 7. I get the flashing warning come on my phone. Battery low battery. Yeah, I know. I'm playing. I'm drafting. Leave me alone.
One of the things I thought was interesting about that questionnaire is all of the names that they had for New Japan wrestlers to pick as your 3 favorites.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I mean, they had Ryu Lee, they had Jericho.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
So
I just want to get my hands on a Jay White card.
So does that mean so do you think that means like Chris Jericho cards are coming for
I think it's probably exploratory. And it may have something to do with his contract. They may have access to media stuff for him, kind of like Moxley. I just don't know. So that's a good question. But I mean, we've never seen a Ryu Lee card or
Jericho or
I can't remember if Teton and Bandito were in there. I don't know. So
Well, I mean, there is one Teton card, but
yeah. But no Ryu Lee and no
yeah.
no Bandito.
Mm-mm.
Bandito's on that Ishimori card from Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Yeah. The thing that stood out to me in that survey was I don't remember what the question was, but I had a thing about being able to play it on the PC. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah,
because we know I prefer the PC over a cell phone, so I'm like, yes.
Well, not to mention
on PC.
it's a big ass fucking app.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
especially if you're on the quarter track phone like me. So.
Good job.
You got a hamster wheel charger for that too.
Uh-huh. Hamster wheel charger, hamster wheel internet. What the hell's going on over there, Pedro?
Welcome to Southeast Texas.
Huntsville.
Hunts. We don't have to say what city I live in, James.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad. It's not like we haven't mentioned it before, like 715 times. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. Yes, Huntsville, where they execute all the prisoners in Texas. Yes.
Nice.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, a little factoid. Yeah, about Huntsville.
Look at that.
So if you remember them talking about Old Sparky and all that stuff was here in Huntsville, where they.
Brutal.
Here, I'm gonna send you Master Watto. You won't got Pedro.
Okay.
Trading cards live.
Live on the air.
Live on the air. Here's a Master Waddle for you.
Hey, speaking of New Japan.
New Japan Cup underway.
Yeah. So, James, have you seen any of New Japan Cup yet?
I haven't seen any of it. I'm not going to catch up, so don't worry about spoilers. Go ahead. Because every time I go online, I get spoiled.
Okay, Zeus, I will tell you that I have seen through Tenzan versus Osprey on March 7th. I haven't seen past that yet.
Okay.
I mean, you can talk about stuff past it, but I haven't seen it, is all I'm saying.
I just heard about last night's thing, and I heard that Okada got his ass kicked.
Oh, I do not know about this, so.
Yeah.
The tournament actually started on the anniversary show. They had the first two matches on there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you want to guide us through?
Well, I mean, so, if we start in the first round, I mean, the real shocker, the biggest thing to talk about is that Shingo Takagi pinned Kazuchika Okada.
Yep.
Mm.
And that was a banger, man. That was really a lot of fun to watch. I really liked that match. Kenta with the submission on Juice. That was
a good match.
Yeah, that was a good match. Juice with the new funky look. I mean, I'm just like, whatever you like to do, Juice, go ahead and do it, because I mean, you're having fun and it makes you happy. So, I mean, there's,
I actually feel Great Khan beating Naito was a pretty big shocker, actually.
Yeah, that really is.
And Naito did like a amazing sell job on the knee, which I know he's done that in other matches too. He likes to sell that body part, but
yeah, it just makes you wonder if there's some actual, factual.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with Ace with his knees. Yeah.
Did you notice in that match, Naito moved so much better in that match than he did at the Tokyo Dome?
Yeah, he's probably up and down and things dealing with his knees and whatever. So,
But I thought they made Great-O-Khan look like a monster in that match. I thought they did it was super effective in what they were going for.
There's a lot of stuff. Jay White, Pinto, Hanare, this
that night looks terrible. I haven't seen it, but all three of the matches on that night look. I'm sorry, go.
Jay White was really turning on the personality in that match with Toa Hanare. He's at his some of his best heelish behavior. That's definitely worth a watch. Some of this, I know they're just doing pairs, and I know you're booking and whatever, but Finlay versus Owens doesn't seem like a first round matchup. Yoshihashi versus Takahashi, Yujiro,
Yano versus Bad Luck Fale.
Yeah, that sounds brutal.
And you had Ishii and Sonata. You had
Goto and Taichi.
Yeah, that's a second round matchup. Shingo versus Okada is a final. That could have been a final match.
Yeah, that's easily like a quarterfinal or semifinal match, and
that seems to be the match to see is the Shingo Okada, right?
What's that?
That seems to be the match to see right now. Is the Shingo Okada, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Of the 9 matches I saw so far, that was the best one in my opinion.
That was the best one, Pedro. Yeah.
Of the 9 I've seen so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
I tell you, the way Jeff Cobb caught Kojima in midair and hit him with the Tour of the Islands was really nasty.
What about the way he caught him outside the ring?
Yeah.
When he tried that pescado?
Yeah. Cobb's power is just incredible.
Guy's a beast.
Yeah.
And the way they have the camera ready, that camera angle ready to go for that shot when he catches him and hits the Tour of the Island, it looks so great, like production wise, with such a great camera angle.
Yeah. Like we said, now Great-O-Khan's win over Naito was a stoppage because the referee felt that Naito is too stubborn to tap out, so the referee called it, which is interesting. So, Naito gets to kind of save a little face there. It's like, hey, I didn't give up and you didn't pin me.
Mm-hmm.
But, he advanced, and then, Yano doing Yano stuff.
Yeah.
So
brutal.
Yeah.
Can you believe the taping thing is still going on? The tape gimmick?
Yeah, that's not my favorite thing.
Well, it feels so overdone at this point. He did it during the G1, and then you remember in the New Japan Cup he had the whole deal with cutting hair or whatever bullshit.
Yeah, the K-Pow he was doing that shit too.
Yeah, but he needs to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Come up with something else besides taping people to stuff.
That same gimmick is getting a little stale.
Yeah. Shingo and Goto is a good match. I haven't seen Kenta and Suzuki yet.
Oh, hey, you mentioned Suzuki. I was really surprised by the match with Hanma because I was just expecting it to be a squash, and that was actually surprisingly good match, I thought.
Yeah, Hanma was like, I'm not a joke all the time. Just sometimes.
I also thought Gabriel Kidd and Zack Sabre Jr. was a good match.
Speaking of Gabriel Kidd, I get a lot of his cards.
Yeah. There's a lot of his. If you look at it, there's a lot of guys who are kind of you're going to get a lot of doubles and triples and 16s of, and then sometimes you're going to want to hang on to some of those because especially these young lions, like what you're going to kind of want to do is get 3 of them
Yeah.
and just hang on to them, and then you can, like, if you get like if you end up with like 16 of them, you can sell them individually without selling the all the duplicates at one time. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you can do that. And then, because eventually these young lions are going to end up with their other image, like Watto and Okan, both of them have kind of a rookie card where they're and still they're
still in their young,
in their young lions,
still in their lion gear,
yeah, and those are sold out. So
Yuma Your cards seem to be like rare too for the young lions, So I was like, okay, I'm holding on to him.
Yeah,
but good stuff. But it's good stuff, and the cup is good, huh?
Yeah. Evil beat Jeff Cobb in the second round. Yano beat Okan.
What?
So yeah.
Wait a second. Hold up here.
I know, man. I don't
No. Wait. They had Naito lose.
Yes.
Made Great Okan look so like good in this match, and then all that to be sacrificed to fucking Yano.
Why does everybody jump to Yano?
I don't know.
Is it a badge of honor or something?
I get it in like the G1 because that's like his gimmick in the G1. He's the spoiler in a way.
Yeah,
but I don't get it here. Especially not to Great Okan. They just built him up.
Yeah, and Yano pinned him apparently.
Oh, brutal.
So,
oh my god.
Right, and so now it's so the semifinals or the quarterfinals of the top half of the tournament, it's going to be Evil versus Yano versus the winner of Shingo versus Kenta.
Okay.
And then the next matches where we've got Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr., which I believe is their history in New Japan. Zack is up 8-5 on Ospreay in singles competition.
Yeah.
And then Yuji Nagata versus Sonata. Jesus Christ here. Who can believe this is a second round matchup? David Finlay versus Yoshihashi.
Brutal.
Okay, and then they face whoever wins that faces the winner of Jay White versus Tanahashi.
Oh man. Damn, like Tanahashi and Jay White should be like one of them should have Yoshihashi and the other one has Finlay, and then you get them in the next round.
Tanahashi had first round bye, just like
I know, but still,
he should be fighting the winner of he should be fighting Finlay or Yoshihashi.
Yeah,
and Yoshihashi, the other one should be facing Jay White.
Jay White and Tanahashi shouldn't be second round; it should be quarterfinal or higher. Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe the Great Okan thing. I can't believe that.
The seating is ass for this.
Why would you have him go over Naito so strong like that? To have him lose to Yano.
I don't know.
And it's not a G1. Like in G1 I would understand, but not here. I don't get it. Okay, here's a question for you, Zeus. Where do you think this is going? Who's winning it all, and who's challenging Ibushi?
Well, my heart says Jay White. But my head kind of says Kenta.
Oh.
Okay.
Kind of
okay.
Right? because I think that Kenta getting another shot. I think that's going to kind of help. Kind of mold out his. Kind of mold out his role in New Japan as a guy who's, probably worthy of a main event here and there, but it just won't get the job done because I don't see him beating Ibushi at all.
I've been I don't know why I've been having a feeling Ospreay was going to win the whole thing. Not that I want him to, just I had a feeling they might go for Ospreay Ibushi.
They could. They haven't wrestled in a singles match in a while.
Yeah. It just sounds like kind of like since he's the head of that new faction and everything, it just seems like something.
When are they going to break out the new World's Heavyweight Championship?
Probably the winner of the, whoever, wins the cup will have the shot at it.
Because I'm interested to see what that belt looks like.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that last time, or?
I think we touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the history of like all that stuff kind of turning?
Well, no more Intercontinental belt until it'll be really. I think it'll be resurrected again.
Well, I mean, I to me is more like the heavyweight title has so much history. It's just like
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a continuation. It's going to be the same lineage.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the
it's
whole
just,
thing.
yeah, it's going to have the same lineage. It's like, it's like the whole thing they did with the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. It's all basically the same shit.
I was gonna say they've unified the WWE titles a few times now.
Yeah, and they split them up. They unified them, so it's it's all part of the same lineage stuff.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. We I probably said it before, but they got like 6 singles titles.
Yeah.
And so this is just going to give whoever's got the never open weight title, it's going to mean more. Whoever's got the U.S. title, it's going to mean more because those belts aren't underneath the Intercontinental title anymore.
Right.
So I think it actually helps, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's the guys at Top Rope Belts that's designing that world heavyweight title, because they're the ones that did most of their belts. So. And the Stardom belts, and just they've done a ton of great belts.
I'm sure that belt will look good.
Yeah, it's got anything looks better than the TNT title. So
I think my homemade belts look better than the TNT title.
That would be the best thing. Like if Shaq were to win the TNT title, just to see how small it is on.
Oh my goodness,
that would be funny. But I digress.
As long as the TV title, as long as the TNT title doesn't pretend to explode, we're good.
I was gonna say, did we want to touch on any of the whole bomb failure thing from?
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. If I want to watch an exploding ring match, I'm going to watch FMW or IWA King of the Deathmatch tournament. Well, we witnessed the other day. That's like drinking non-alcoholic beer. It had no use.
No use.
Watching that was like being with the hooker who only wants to cuddle. It was brutal. It just doesn't make sense.
She needs a break, James.
I don't know why. MZ still earns her money. She's good.
So hard for the money.
But that was just horrible.
But
that was horrible.
people made such a big deal about the explosion at the end of that whole deal on All Excrement pay-per-view. They made a big deal about the big explosion failing. But if you see like the various clips of all the explosions in the match, all the explosions were bad. Like there wasn't the best one was the barbed wire bat explosion, in my opinion. The one outside the ring where they fell into the landmine thing, that thing was like, it looked so bad. The ones along the barbed wire looked bad. I mean, all of it kind of looked bad. Did you see the exploder spot in that match?
No. Yeah, it's a fuck up. It was a fuck up.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it was a big botch.
Moxley went to exploder suplex Omega, and they just kind of tumbled into the corner, like it was not a suplex at all. And people were like, he's Moxley's taking him to his world, and it's
no
like,
disrespect. No disrespect to Moxley or Omega, but you know they shouldn't be doing this. And you know they're not Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. You know they're not. You know this is Hayabusa and Onita. You know they're not. They can't do this.
I mean full disrespect to both of them. I mean full. Because listen to me. This is the third match that these two have had. And each and every one they've had has been a piece of shit. Yeah. So this is the third stinker they put on, and like this one ending in like a dud of a explosion is like very apt for the whole series that they've had in the All Excrement thing. But
even Eddie Kingston's thing was like priceless. You know, come on, man.
Did you see how they what they did with that?
No,
how they had to like try to retcon it.
Yeah, so they kind of went like two different ways, right? There's Eddie Kingston is saying that he had a panic attack and he passed out. And that it happened. He said, I legit thought I was going to die, so I had a panic attack and passed out. And people were like, "Oh, his promo was so good. It's awesome. He normalized mental health issues or something." I was like, "What are we talking about? Fake fighting or what?" And then the other thing was they're saying, "Oh, you know, Omega and Callis, you know, made a bad bomb." Either on purpose or accidentally. They left it kind of vague.
Oh, God.
And crickets.
Wait, James. I need your response to this.
What?
This all builds up to the in-ring that I showed y'all, where we get a phrase said that I never thought I'd hear in pro wrestling.
69 me?
Yeah, 69 me, Don. Kenny Omega tells Don Callis to 69 me, and then he gets down he lays on his back, and Don Callis proceeds to get into the 69 position with Kenny Omega, like for a brief moment.
You can just call it north-south, you know.
What the hell?
I can't.
They weren't helping at all.
I mean,
and this is what Christian signed up for. Yeah.
Oh, you know, and let me say something about the whole Christian thing. I feel bad for that guy.
I don't. He decided to go there.
Yeah, but James, Christian is on paper. He's not a bad signing. Okay, right. He's not bad veteran for them to snatch up.
Okay, fair enough.
But they did him bad because you don't say, "Oh, we've got this huge Hall of Fame worthy star. This all," and then everyone's going, "Oh, Lesnar's coming."
Not to mention, they teased Brock Lesnar, and they So this is all on them for all their fans feeling let down when Christian came out.
But I mean, like if Christian just showed up unannounced, like they don't tease anything. If they don't tease anything and Christian just shows up,
it would have been bigger than what it was.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy was just in the Royal Rumble. Now he's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, they shouldn't have said a damn thing.
Yeah,
Right.
they shouldn't have
I
said
totally
a damn
agree.
thing.
Yeah.
Instead, they did all this teasing, and hyping up, and then it's Christian, and then everyone's like, what? What? Look, Maki Ito got a bigger pop on that show than Christian did. And it's because they set up Christian in this way.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
to add to all this, that whole 69 Me segment we're talking about, it results in this like shitty brawl. People are brawling outside the ring, blah, blah, blah. And then Christian's music starts playing. I found this hilarious. So his music apparently starts with a countdown. They just had a countdown within the same segment to make fun of Eddie Kingston and the countdown leading to the bomb thing on the pay-per-view. So we had a countdown in this same segment, then followed by another countdown, which is the entrance of Cage's Christian's deal. And Jim Ross goes, "What the hell is this?" And Excalibur's like, "We know who this is from the pay-per-view."
You do?
And so Christian comes out. And so keep in mind, all these people are brawling and all this stuff. And Christian comes out and he's walking super slow and doing his pose and looking around and all this stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? Does no one have like self-awareness on these things? You remember all that grief I gave Kira Hogan over that match with Ali where it was supposed to be this big, like blood feud kind of thing. And
she came out, doing her ass show and stuff.
Yeah, her
ass,
her whole entrance. And it was like, are you here to fight your former best friend? Or are you here to show off your ass? Well, the same with Christian. What are you here to make Omega the blah, blah, blah world champion? No, your intentions? Or are you here to just do your pose and all this kind of stuff? It's poopy.
It's poopy.
It's poopy.
It's I can't. This is why I can't watch it. They're just one big contradiction. I can't. I just can't do it. I refuse.
It's not like
I refuse.
On that pay-per-view, it's not like the bomb stuff was like the only like bad thing on the show. They had like all kind of like botches left and right. Did you see that ladder match thing? Did you see what they fought over?
I didn't see anything. So
they fought over a literal brass ring. You remember Vince McMahon years ago making the brass ring comment?
Yeah.
They had a giant brass ring above the ring. Like, ho, 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 look, they're fighting for the literal brass ring. And you know what it resulted in?
Very TNA-ish.
Well, yeah. Besides the match being like full of botches and stupid shit, it resulted in people making Sonic the Hedgehog memes about it all that night.
Oh, God.
Because it looked like the rings from Sonic the Hedgehog game. You remember the rings?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like all those little rings Sonic the Hedgehog goes for.
Oh, man.
I can't wait for Botchamania to get a hold of all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. But anyway.
For some reason, I'm subscribed to Botchamania. and the new episode doesn't pop up in my feed until like 4 days later.
Brutal.
Yeah. I
might subscribe and subscribe again.
I
had to do that a couple of times for a couple of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that or try the bell thing, because they've had so many problems. They God bless them. They finally got to the point where that people understand what fair use and
Oh, some guy named Mudafan 2021 is trying to take a Al Despy card from me.
That's right. You ain't got that. You got the Kinemaru.
I'll take the Catamaro. I'll take the Catamaro. There you go. Approved. Live trains doing Marco Mania, folks.
Yeah, you just reminded me. He said that thing about the Master Watto. I'm like, oh, I should check. I should check my phone.
There's like 37 of those new 3-star cards.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, there are some really nice 3-star cards. I know we.
Oh yeah, they are.
We always talk about the 4-star cards, but there are some nice 3-star cards.
Yeah, there's I quite like them. There's actually a sold out set of Liger cards. It's like 10 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a rare draft live on Marco Mania right now. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. Because I don't got enough stones to do the 10, so I'll do the 5. Okay, the gems. Here we go. Here we go. No. Let's do one. It's okay.
No, don't.
It's okay.
No, James, save him. Save him.
Save him.
Save him.
Save them.
All right, I'll save it. I'll save it.
I have 29 stones, by the way.
I told you I'm like a crackhead, man. I want to use them up.
I got 79. I'm waiting until a good draft with
you hoarding bastard.
Well, there's got to be a card coming up here for Despy finally winning the junior title.
Yeah.
And challenging for Ibushi, which I recommend you guys watch both of those matches where he won the title and the Ibushi match.
Yeah. So
definitely.
I plan on sometime in the future catching up on the 2 nights of Castle Attack and then the main event of the anniversary. But right now I want to focus on catching up on the New Japan Cup. Although that Great Okan thing is going to piss me off now.
Yeah, the Yano match, I'm probably not going to watch that.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what was good watching?
What's that?
NXT UK has been really good the last 2 weeks.
I have to catch up. I have to catch up. I haven't seen this week's or last week's. I know.
Damn it, James.
I'm sorry, but I can only do so many things at once. And since I've been introduced to this card game, everything else is taking a back seat. It's like crack. I feel like a crackhead. I feel like I'm on a corner going, I need stones. I need coins. I need coins. I need
stones like a crack rock or something.
I need stones. I need blues. I need stones. I need stones.
I need coins. I need stones. I need metals.
I'll pay you Tuesday for some stones today. Come on.
Hey, Zeus, when you first introduced me to the game, seemed like people could actually buy the Lion Stones, and then they stopped that, right?
No, you can buy Lion Stones.
You can still buy them. Yeah, you can buy them.
I haven't seen the deal where you can buy it.
You can buy it $24.99, $9.99, $3.99.
Well,
you can buy.
So
where's it at?
You hit the plus in the little square beside the number of Lion Stones you have.
Yeah, just hit the plus. It'll give you the list for the month.
Well, you can do a one set, or you can do the monthly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the monthly stuff is cheaper. You get a better deal on that, but of course, it's going to come out every month.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want,
okay, I see now.
Right, so you can buy 151 of them for $10, or 253 of them for $25.
So, okay.
Hello?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
James?
Hello?
Yes.
We hear you.
Oh, okay.
We hear you.
All right.
Okay, I see. So you could get.
What the hell's going on?
You could get 25 one time for 99 cents.
Right.
Or $1. Sorry, I don't want.
Yeah.
Okay, you could get 151 for $10, like you said, etc. Monthly, you could get 10 a month for $1. That's not so great.
No, it's five a month for $1.
The thing I'm seeing, it says monthly limited Lion Stone times 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 99 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually better than that's better than buying 5 for 99 cents.
But you get
Yeah.
25 for 99 cents one time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they have different ones, it depends,
How is
Yeah.
10 a month better than 25?
No, because you're only going to get that. That's like an intro offer.
Yeah, you get it once. Once you use it, that's it. It's gone.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
I got it now. Okay, I got it now.
The capiche,
Or it might just be available once a month. Is probably what
Yeah, I think it's available once a month. I think that's it. I think that's what it is.
I mean, don't if Stephanie's not listening, but if she's listening, don't worry. I'm not going to spend money on the bill.
Right. See, like the only reason I'm so far
I could have told you that, Pedro.
the only reason I'm so far ahead right now is because I did that step up draft where they had the instructions weren't 100% clear, and I ended up getting 150 more free from the card game. So
yeah.
They were like, this wasn't clear, so here have, and then because that's what allowed me to get so many of those legends that I was able to trade for the Muda legends.
Before we get into Justice League talk and stuff like that, to transition a bit here. So since you haven't watched NXT UK, James.
No, I'm down 2 weeks. I missed 2 weeks.
Did you watch NXT this week?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. I like the presentation of the new NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. They look cool. They're nice looking straps. I like the way they did it. All the women talent was standing on the ramp, and everything was cool. And then, they were presented with the belts, and then all of a sudden, Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart challenged them, and boom, lo and behold, new on top of the first, we had new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. It was Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Then about 15 minutes later, new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. But it's what is later revealed why they took the belts off them.
Right.
Because a certain champion's going after a certain tall chick. So there you go.
I wasn't crazy about that whole deal. I wasn't crazy.
Why? Well, they were trying to make.
Okay, look.
They were trying to put Raquel Gonzalez in the championship, program for what?
Yes. I mean, they had her beat Io. They had her pin Io Shirai at the War Games for that.
Yeah.
But so then I guess they had her win the tournament just to build her up a bit more for that. But, I feel like they should have just had the tournament be for the belts, which I know they did retroactively. They're like,
right.
Like, okay, now the tournament's for the belts because the whole screw job thing the week before, but it just felt like a bunch of, I don't know. I felt like it was just kind of cheap bullshit.
That's all right. Yeah, because you knew that they had a position for Raquel Gonzalez before the Io Shirai match, because TakeOver's coming up WrestleMania week. So
which was
another
announcement that TakeOver is going to be 2 nights, which
2 nights. So they're trying to position that like fast, So I mean, you could have kept the tag team belts on them, and did the same thing with Raquel Gonzalez. Okay, fine, but then you want to focus,
I mean, I would have just had the tag team titles part of the the Dusty Rhodes Classic at that takeover.
Right, that takeover. I totally agree. Yes, right.
Instead of going
totally
through
agree.
this whole thing like, oh, but what we're gonna do is they get this title shot, but then Adam Pearce messes with her title shot,
Right.
And then
right.
we go, oh well, we're gonna create these titles and just give it to you.
Well,
Like it just feels like a bunch of dumb bullshit. Like,
well, it's funny that you say that, Pedro, because the original plan was to introduce the tag team titles at the Dusty Rhodes tournament, but the straps weren't ready yet. So, but they booked the tournament anyway, like idiots.
Right.
Like idiots, instead of waiting for the 2-night takeover to introduce the belts and the Dusty Rhodes, whole tournament, as you said. They rushed it. They fucked up. They painted themselves in the corner, and this is what they had to do to get out of it.
And also, not for nothing, like that Dusty Rhodes Classic final, it was sloppy, but it was a lot of fun. Like it was engrossing, right?
Yeah.
This match was just sloppy in there. It was not.
Yeah, it was just there. It was no.
It was just there.
No, it was there. It's okay. But
cheap end.
But actually, here's what I'm excited though, Pedro. If we just pivot for a second.
Okay.
They're going to try to unify the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. So you're going to have Jordan Devlin up against Santos Escobar. So that should be good.
That I had a feeling they were going to eventually do that. Although, you haven't seen the last 2 weeks of NXT.
No,
UK?
I haven't. So don't tell me. But you know what? Tell me. Go ahead. Fucking tell me.
I have to tell you this part just because to explain why it was a little strange from this viewer's standpoint. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They've had that angle going on with Trent Seven losing weight to challenge Jordan for the title.
Right.
And so on this week's NXT UK, they were saying on the next WWE The Bump, which is some show they have. I don't really know much about it, but they have some show called The Bump. Yeah. Live on that show, Trent Seven's going to have his weigh-in to see if he makes the weight to challenge Jordan Devlin for the Cruiserweight title. So I see that, and then I'm also seeing like Jordan Devlin is heading to the United States to do this showdown with Phantasma, and I'm just like, you got like 2 title programs happening. So you're kind of telegraphing that Jordan Devlin's going to beat Trent Seven.
Yeah. Do you want them to unify the titles? I kind of like it separate.
But don't they? I mean, if they don't unify it, they're just going to have to call one the UK
title. Yeah.
I mean, technically, if we're honest about it, Jordan Devlin has the legit one because
he does.
In the lineage of that belt, he won it from Garza.
Yeah.
And then the stuff happened, COVID and all that stuff happened, and the speaking out little thing happened. We won't get into that, but and so all that stuff was sidelined, and then they put the belt on. They put an interim title. They were calling it an interim title at first, and then they were just calling it full-fledged the Cruiserweight title on Phantasma, and it's like, well, you should have just stripped him if you're going to do that.
Brutal. This is like WCW in the 90s. Horrible with these belts.
Yeah. I'm excited for that match. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I am too.
It's kind of like the women's tag team title thing. The way we get here is just like so convoluted and weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I like the Finn Balor Adam Cole match. I thought it was okay.
It was a good match.
It was a good match. You knew the finish was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was plain as day. Because, you're not going to do a title switch like 2 weeks before your fucking, like a big pay-per-view. So, you knew something was going to happen. And, sure enough, Kyle O'Reilly comes out and beats the shit out of Adam Cole, which is pretty cool,
Kyle O'Reilly doing a 1983 James Hetfield cosplay.
Yeah.
If you look like the way he's dressed, it's like Metallica in the early days.
Yeah,
Would have
yeah,
like that belt like they would have with bullets or whatever.
yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
And Imperium extending the invitations to what's his face to join. I was like, really? Okay.
You mean a bandolero?
So in the early days of like the heavy metal and stuff, sometimes the bands, the heavy metal bands would have like, especially the thrash metal bands, they would have like these like belts with like bullets and stuff covering it and things like that.
Like the Guerreros used to wear?
I guess.
Or is it just like solid bullets?
You just like just like it looks kind of like studs, but they're like bullets or whatever. You used to see in like punk rock and heavy metal imagery, like in the 70s and early 80s.
Oh, okay.
He's bringing it back. See that, or he never left. So,
what were we saying? Imperium. So I was going to say about that, James. So, in Europe, in the European scene, before NXT UK, or it kind of goes into NXT UK, like time wise, into the timeline. It goes into that bit, but Walter had a stable, a faction called Ringkampf.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was him. It was Timothy Thatcher. It was, some other people. And so they were all part of this thing where it was about, sort of the purity of the sport, et cetera, et cetera. And so all this past stuff they keep talking about with Imperium and Timothy Thatcher is that they're referring back to this Ringkampf thing, which I'm like, so few people are actually going to know what the fuck they're talking about. Even the NXT audience, how many of them?
I didn't know. There you go. So I just learned something new. Thank you.
I know about it, but that's because I had some exposure to the European indie stuff. But are your average NXT viewer going to know about this? I feel like you have to make a video at some point to explain it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That Io Shirai Toni Storm match, I thought the match was good, but it was also very sloppy.
I thought I thought the first half of the match was sloppy, and then I think there were a lot of missed spots.
Oh yeah,
they couldn't get I think one was ahead of the other.
Yeah.
There were two steps ahead of one another. They were just messing up. And then all of a sudden, it clicked.
Yeah. The second half was better than the first.
And it got really good at the second half. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. I was digging the finish.
What did you think about Toni Storm's gear?
I actually liked it.
I don't know what to think about it.
I actually liked it. It looked good on her.
I don't know. It was kind of weird.
It's but it's supposed to be deceiving to the eye.
Yeah,
I know.
But it made me think of the Joker or something kind of.
Yeah, I was digging it. I thought that I like Toni Storm. She's really good in that ring. She's good in that ring. I like the way her and Io Shirai match up really well.
We talked about this. Was it last week? Or the week before? We talked about how she seems to be, her physique is changing. Toni Storm, so she's getting kind of more of like a powerlifting physique.
Yeah, man, she looks like she'll fuck you over to drop it.
I like it. Looks like she will kick. Like she can for real just murder you. It looks so strong.
Now now I understand the finish. I understand the need to build up to Raquel Gonzalez. I get it. Now, I want NXT to pull the trigger. Don't wait. Put the strap on Raquel Gonzalez. Don't wait. Don't wait, because they fucked it up with Roman Reigns. They fucked it up with Braun Strowman. They fucked it up. You got to catch these people while they're on fire, and she's hot right now. And you already started the build-up while having Raquel Gonzalez pin Io Shirai at War Games.
Yeah.
So capitalize on it. Do it now.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is like, while I like Raquel Gonzalez a lot, and I think she has like a lot of momentum and potential, like the sky's the limit. Polish wise, I mean, she's way below them.
Oh yeah, but it's the fun part, Pedro. You don't have to keep the strap on her.
You're just gonna have her be like a transitional hot shot thing?
No, have her go back and forth between her and Io.
I'm not saying for Io. I agree with you. They need to take the belt off Io at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I mean, Raquel is so big and Io is so small in comparison.
Because if you're not going to put the strap on Toni Storm, then who are you going to put it on?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I saw some people complain that they didn't put it on Toni Storm here, which is, I am kind of wondering, what do they do with Toni Storm now? Does she go to the main roster? Like, is that going to go well? I
have no clue what they're going to do. Yeah, I know.
I don't know how that's going to go. But
hello?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Let me speak about two more things real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Dunne, Jake Atlas. The Pete Dunne did some incredibly painful looking things to Jake Atlas.
I think that was a pretty decent match, actually.
Did you see, like, at one point he had like a spot of blood forming on his head? Jake Atlas.
Yeah. He was fucking Jake Atlas up.
Yeah, he was. Did you see that one thing where he had like his knee on Jake Atlas' arm and had his whole body bent, and then was like twisting his head and
Pete Dunne is savage. Pete Dunne's actually Pete Dunne's post-match promo was the best. He goes, "I'm the best technical wrestler. Period. I dare somebody to come in this ring and prove me wrong." That was hot. That was old school, and he just made it a point. And like after he just beat the shit out of Atlas, like he had Atlas and twisted up in knots.
Yeah.
So it was good.
The Xia Li angle. I wanted to talk about that real fast. I noticed something, James. I wanted to know if you noticed this.
What?
So, about New Year's Evil, I think is that's when we first saw the debut of this new gimmick for her. I think.
Yeah. It was around there. Yeah.
Leading up to it,
mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember this. If you recall what her master looked like at that point, the person hiding in the shadows with the face.
I know they showed him once. Yeah.
Okay, now you said showed him once, right?
Right.
Okay, so now we're getting to what I was going to get to. When we first saw the master character, I don't know what their name is. When we first saw them, I was very, I was like, "That's a dude." I mean, I didn't say that's a dude because it's just like it's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the master is a different physique and has boobs and hips.
Yeah, morphed into a woman. Yeah.
Like what the heck happened?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I haven't seen people talk about this, which just makes me feel like I'm going crazy.
Unless they're trying to do something, unless somebody had an idea where, hey, I'm about to bring in this person and, she could be the master. I mean, unless that, that'd be kind of, it'd be.
I was like, either we're in a Gotcha Man thing. Do y'all know what Gotcha Man is?
Yeah.
You know how the one villain starts off as a guy and becomes a woman by the end of the
or Pedro, how about this? Or how about this could be the way to introduce Taya.
Oh, well, I didn't get the sense it was Taya, but that makes some sense, I guess. But that would be weird to be doing that gimmick.
I've been training. I've gone back to my roots training, or whatever bullshit storyline they want to give her.
I mean, I did kind of think, well, now there's tag team titles. Is this a thing to set up a tag team like Xia Li and her master thing?
It could be. It could be. Although I think they're going to put the straps on Indy Hartwell and the fuck Candice LeRae. Because you want heel straps.
So I think that's enough NXT talk, probably.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Actually, how about with the Finn Balor at the end? And here comes Killer Cross.
Oh, yeah. That's the next program.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Zeus. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, shout out to Shotzi Blackheart for sharing her bean artwork of her tank.
Yeah. Cool.
Her tank, because apparently her tank was destroyed.
Yeah.
Well,
so she shared Bean's artwork in memory of that.
No,
Shotzi Blackheart's fucking awesome.
Okay, I only know this because of when Bean did that art originally and the whole deal.
Yeah.
She had a pet rooster called Peck Peck. Okay, and so the rooster died this week. That's why
the rooster died.
Yeah, the rooster's in the artwork, so that's why she shared that artwork, because the rooster died.
The tank.
The tank, they did destroy the tank, but that was like last year.
Oh. Yeah, I think I got caught under it.
Yeah. I remember us making fun of this because they try to run over.
How long does it take to run over a tank? Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
It's like,
but yeah,
when Deadpool is running over that guy in the roller rink with the Zamboni.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Shotzi Blackheart is cool nonetheless, and now she's one half of the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. It's awesome.
Shotzi is she's a cool character. She has a great look. She's not always great in the ring, but she's better than average. Yeah, she sometimes she needs to drop that Brazilian kick. She needs.
Damn, Pedro, you're brutal. You're harsh.
Dude, once you've seen the Brazilian kick done well, and then you see her do it, you're like, no, you can't do that move. Like, you can't drop that.
Okay, enough NXT.
Okay, yeah, enough NXT. So, there's a big movie coming out this week.
On the 18th, baby. The 18th on HBO Max. After the fans have spoken and Warner Brothers had listened, finally. The whole thing, I'll just put it to you like this, okay? On the 18th comes the Snyder Cut of Justice League, a 4-hour embodiment of what this movie was originally supposed to be about, okay? And Zeus, you'll be happy because I have our favorite baddies in it, Darkseid, finally. So, and for those people who really don't know the story behind this, I'll do it real quick. Actually, Zack Snyder was taken over to do Justice League movie. During halfway through the production, his daughter passed away due to suicide, so he stepped away from the movie. In comes Warner Brothers stepped in, and they brought in Josh Whedon to finish the film. Now, the problem with that was all the suits that Warner Brothers stuck their nose in and wanted this, they wanted that. Everything had to be under 2 hours. They wanted comedy scenes, joke lines. So half of the movie was all redone, reshot, the whole thing with Mustache Gate. It ended up being one giant clusterfuck of a movie. It absolutely brutal. Josh Whedon, he was a tyrant on set. Everybody bitched him on. The movie sucked. Even Ben Affleck was like, I'm done playing Batman. No. All because this whole clusterfuck happened. So finally the fans got together because, wait a minute, isn't this Snyder? Didn't he finish? Snyder finished the movie. Now, all the rumors were like, he finished it. It was in the can, blah, blah. Oh, okay, fact of the matter was, he finished the movie in pre-production. It was never done and finished in post. So, like, all the effects weren't done. So, the fans clamored at the San Diego Comic-Con before COVID hit and this, that, and the third, and everybody was going crazy. And finally, Warner Brothers decided to put it in play. They gave Zack Snyder $30 million to finish it. So what Snyder did was he brought back some of the actors that did full reshoots and everything. You know, he brought back Ben Affleck. He brought back Ray Fisher. He brought back Harry Stanwyck. Or now, because they're gonna have the Martian Manhunt is going to be in the movie, and there's going to be some Green Lantern, and now the original design of Steppenwolf is going to be there.
Back Ryan Reynolds for that?
No, thank God. And and it's going to be. Now it's not going to be Steppenwolf's going to be the big baddie. The real baddies in the movie, Darkseid, and the Joker's in it, and it's supposed to be really good. Now, for those people who've seen Batman v Superman that said the movie was that there's a 3-hour cut of that called the Ultimate Edition. I'm not saying the movie is perfect, but it's 10 times the movie of the theatrical version. You can expect something like this with the Justice League, I think Snyder Cut. But here's the thing with the Snyder Cut. All of Josh Whedon's reshoot is all gone. So everything that's going to be seen is all Snyder. There's no Josh Whedon. There's no Warner Brothers influence.
I thought Schneider was the superintendent on One Day at a Time.
No, yeah, Schneider. I keep saying Schneider. Yeah, very funny. Just very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Zack Snyder. Yeah, Schneider. You hear me?
Now I see now I'm seeing the denim vested dude.
Yeah,
right. Rolled up in his short sleeve white t-shirt.
And the cigarettes in the sleeve, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Schneider. I keep saying Schneider. I don't know why. Thank you, sis.
Damn.
So all of Josh Whedon's shots are going to be removed. It's gone.
So okay, so I mean, here's the good thing. If I do decide to watch this movie, which I probably will at some point, is that I barely remember the first one because it was so bad.
Yes.
And I just put it out of my mind. Like I watched it once. And I was just like, God, this is just, I mean, it just made no fucking sense.
That's because it was two movies. It was two movies mushed together.
Yeah. So,
yes, that's because Warner Brothers didn't want an epic like the Avengers were. They wanted something that they could turn over box office receipts fast. So, it had to be under 2 hours so that they could keep replaying and get crowds in. Because that's all they cared about.
Well, and I mean, ideally, look, once you start going past 2 hours on any movie, it better be really fucking good.
Yeah, like The Godfather or Avengers, Endgame. It's good. Seven Samurai.
James, do not put Avengers anything next to the fucking Godfather.
No, I'm just I know. I'm just saying time wise,
But it's and
Jesus Christ.
And then don't Jerry Bruckheimer the ending and give me a never ending ending.
No, I agree.
I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, we just beat the bad guy. But then he comes popping up again, it's like,
the post-credit scene, yeah.
Not post-credit, just they won't end the damn movie.
Yeah. Hopefully this will be good. I mean, hopefully, they kill the bad
guy, and then the car starts falling off the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And then we're waiting for the helicopter to come in and rescue them, but they fall anyway. But somebody picks them up in a submarine, and then they shoot them out of a torpedo, and then they make it on land, and then they open up a beer. But
it sounds like an AEW match.
The bad guy you thought was dead, shows up with a bullet in his head, and he's still walking toward everybody. And then the person you didn't think was capable of killing someone else to save the people he loved is able to do that, or some stupid monkey shit like that.
James,
give that man a screenwriter's credit.
Yeah,
right?
James, someone's gonna listen to this now. And in the future, we're going to have AEW is going to have a submarine and torpedo match. They'll be like, James.
They're torpedoing themselves quite well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, hello. Listen, I'm a fan of Zack Snyder, and I'm looking for his new movie on Netflix, Army of Dead, because I heard it's gonna be hot. It's supposed to be balls to the wall crazy, but I really want to like Justice League. I think it's going to be good. Is it going to be perfect? Far from it, but I think it's going to be good. You know?
Well, here's problem one is you're introducing people into the fourth world universe without any kind of backstory, and that's a problem right there. I mean, I'm all for Jack Kirby's family getting money for them using Steppenwolf and Darkseid and everything, because Darkseid is easily the one of the most interesting villains that Superman and the Justice League have, and somebody who's just not had a big not been on film, like Lex Luthor has been overdone to death.
Yeah.
And
I totally agree with you, Zeus. I would have loved to see the movie introduce. I'd love to have a movie to see Granny Good. I would love to see Granny Good, and introduce, and Wunderbar, and fucking Orion, and the Big Barda, Mr. Miracle.
The Forever People.
Yeah, exactly. Use like all the characters in the fourth world. So I don't know, but hopefully it's. Hopefully it's done right. So we'll see what happens. And that's on the 18th. That's Thursday, actually.
That's actually the kind of thing that they could do as a
TV series
or an animated series. Like an animated series of movies. Why not? Do a fourth world, do a Mr. Miracle and a New Gods, and
I'm down for that.
And modernize it because they will. But I mean. At least that you could get kind of that Bruce Timm kind of influence on it, because he was influenced by Kirby,
right?
So I mean, it just, that's the only thing. But at least the shot of Darkseid that I saw, if that's from the movie,
looks fucking awesome. Yeah, he looks awesome, man.
I have not seen this.
I posted a Darkseid action figure on my Twitter not too long ago. That's how he's supposed to look in the movie. So we'll see.
Kind of like a cross between the John Byrne version and the Michael Turner version.
There you go. Good call, Zeus. Yeah.
Michael Turner, God rest his soul, but
God rest his soul, exactly.
All over the place with size. Like, you remember that Superman Batman where they're fighting Darkseid? He's like growing during the fight.
Yeah, no, there was Supergirl. Yeah,
he just keeps getting bigger.
Mm-hmm. He's a good artist.
Well, the thing was, what he did well, was. Basically every dude was the same dude, and every girl is the same girl.
Yeah,
with subtle little differences, but overall very similar. And he always had a great inker, and their colorist, the colorist that he had doing his stuff, was just amazing. So you could put a Michael Turner cover on a shit book and it would sell.
Yeah,
because people
buy that. Yeah.
Was Michael Turner the Witchblade dude?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy on Witchblade, I think.
I did not like his artwork at all.
It's not bad, Pedro. I mean, he's not the best, but it's not bad.
Well, I mean, he had problems, but like I said, just the combination of everything.
Yeah, and you get the right inker and colorist, then it's like Zeus said, you put his fucking art on the cover, it's going to sell.
Yeah, I don't debate that part, that it's going to sell. I'm just debating I'm not debating. I'm just like, personally, I'm like,
yeah,
terrible artist. But go on.
And,
but his Darkseid wasn't bad.
Like I said, I mean, he just.
So I saw that picture of that action figure, James, on your Twitter. Does he have like a giant impression in his chest, like a hole, or?
Yeah, that's supposed to be like that's before he wears his armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's some stripped of his armor, and hence why his arm is needed.
Okay.
Yeah. So Michael Turner was kind of discovered by Mark Silvestri. Silvestri had a real sketchy style. He's got a real sketchy style too.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. The both of them worked on Witchblade, so you might be confused with. You could be talking about either one of them.
No, I remember Mark Silvestri's art from.
Wasn't Silvestri's famous run? What was with the X-Men, wasn't it? That was his big run.
That was his first big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he actually. There's like a couple of issues of Avengers he did, and they were really clean. I think the inker cleaned up some of his sketchiness, but it was like
did Silvestri do that shit with the Brood?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that third go around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this movie. Is it going to be perfect? Again, no, far from it. But it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what we got. Okay? And, everything's going to be fixed, too, because, they fixed the aspect ratio. It was shot wrong. It was like the color timing was off. Like everything's fixed. Everything. All the minute details of a film. They changed a lot of stuff where it was just off. Angles were off. That the camera, it was just off. Everything was off. So, it should be pretty interesting. I'm excited to watch it. I really am. Yeah. And yes, I'm going out and getting the Superman v Batman Ultra 4K redo. Yes, I am.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know.
How long is that thing?
It's the Ultimate Edition, but he did the same thing he did with Justice League on this. He fixed the timing. He changed the aspect ratio. All the color stuff has changed. It's right now. So, I'm grabbing the fucking 4K Blu-ray. So yeah, I'm addicted.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Plus, I got to get it to complete my DC collection. Otherwise, I have all the shitty fucking DC movies on fucking 4K.
So
the thing that bugged me the most about Aquaman was that the sharks were roaring.
Yeah, it was like Jaws the Revenge.
Like lions.
All that was missing was Michael Caine.
Zeus, that Suzuki Hanma match. Hanma sounded like an animal in that match. All the noises he was making.
He's just talking.
I know, but it just sounds like animal noise. We lost James.
Oh shit!
James.
Animal.
Def Leppard.
No, I was thinking about Animal. The Muppet.
Okay. I thought you were doing that Animal from that Def Leppard song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we get
James,
back?
return. Come back. James.
My bad.
Feed your hands, James. Feed your
that
hands.
was my. I was trying. You know what it is?
You're trading.
No, I wasn't trading. There you go. I was trying to multitask. I had Zero's mom on my left, the phone on my right. She's trying to get in the middle. I'm like, oh, hey, slow down over here. Forget about it. Wait till after the podcast. How we living?
Oh my god.
It was brutal. Yo, MZ, back up after the cast. Okay, mama? Come on.
MZ.
Hey, that the New Beginning draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen the Great Okan from that 4-star?
I don't think so.
It's really cool. You can see it when you click on the event draft,
okay,
and look at the event cards. I mean, Osprey looks absolutely deranged, but the Great Okan is really cool.
I want to draft.
And the Tanahashi's kind of nice. That's a better.
I think I'm going to put MZ on the corner to help sell the ass just so I can get some stones.
Yeah, you should have MZ open an account on her phone, and then
I am
Mrs. Z. We're trading with Mrs. Z.
I'm trading with Mrs. Z. Should be an ally.
Oh my god!
I'm sure her favorites would be like Yano and.
Oh shit!
Farmer.
We can.
Well, yeah. Then I can finally get rid of my Folly 4-star.
Is there anything on the Muda fan account that you want?
I'll trade Sandwich for fucking Lionstones.
I'll have to look. So you said the New Beginnings, the current one, or the
current event,
not the one expiring, right? The other one. Okay.
I mean, they're both going to expire, but
yeah, I know, but one's expiring sooner than later. Oh yeah, that one looks cool because it looks like he's almost looks like he's like a sea pirate or something.
Yeah, like he's going to eat the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
Hey Pedro, aren't you excited? The 31st, Godzilla versus Kong.
No. They had a new trailer this week. It was like Team Kong versus Team Godzilla, and they had like interviews with the cast and crew, and like everyone but 2 people were like, "I'm Team Kong. I'm Team Kong. I'm Team Kong. I'm Team Kong." I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you."
Look, if anybody doesn't understand that we're heading for the mega powers uniting of Godzilla, legendary movies, you're sadly mistaken because we got Serizawa's son is the one that's most likely in control of Mechagodzilla, and Godzilla and Kong are going to team up, just like Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan.
They're going to beat up Mechagodzilla, win the straps, take on the AEW, and challenge Shaq in an exploding ring match.
Oh, let's not involve them in AEW. Come on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad enough already. Just don't.
Pedro, you have like zero confidence in this movie because you're gonna shit on King of the Monsters. You're gonna shit on this too, right?
That's why I have zero confidence in this movie, is because the last turd. So like, man.
Hey, you know what I would like to see?
What?
I would actually watch this. Okay. All right, the Young Bucks versus Shaq and Big Show.
Oh my God, Zeus! Come on.
I would love to see them just kick the shit out of those little monkeys.
Oh my God,
actually who's more overrated tag team? Is Young Bucks or FTR?
Fart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Accolade wise, the Bucks, they're just all the way up in Dave's butthole. I mean, they are snugly up there.
Yeah.
It's tight up there, like a virgin on prom night.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We out of time. Anything else going on? Was there anything else we needed to talk about, like going on in wrestling or movies, TV, anything?
I got an Ishimori and a Kenta I'm trying to get rid of.
Really? How many stars?
4.
4 stars, huh?
Quattro.
You got plenty of shit to get on the other one, James. There's other Okadas and.
Yeah, I still got 2 Okadas waiting for you, James.
Okay. You got to tell me if you want a card, Pedro. Don't wait.
Okay. Don't
make that mistake.
Oh my god! Do you know this Dashboard Confessional song that I'm making fun of, or because you're
No.
like inadvertently saying lyrics from it, so that's why I'm
Really?
like,
Okay.
That's
a nice gold chord I got. That is nice. Sorry, I'm marking out on my own cards.
Yeah, this week the only wrestling stuff I saw was NXT UK, NXT, all what I saw of New Japan Cup last night and this morning, and then just
every time I try to watch New Japan, I get spoiled.
It's James, it's hard. Like, people spoil stuff just instantly now. It's just hard.
I got up at 6:00 in the morning this morning. I figured I'd watch a couple of matches before we get on the show. I didn't even bother. I was just, you know what? I'll go trade instead. Because as soon as I got online, boom, boom, boom. I was like, look at this.
Yeah. I'm going to try to catch up on MLW a bit next week, but we'll see. We'll see if I get to that.
I gotta go to my brother's house and watch some more Ring of Honor because he gets it on the fucking channel. I don't know how he does it, but
yeah, I need to catch up on that because what little I saw a while back, I was like, man, they're making this very sports oriented. Ring of Honor with all the rankings and the kind of stuff? Are they actually doing the sport oriented wrestling that everyone was promised with the other stuff?
Well, that Pure title is back, and they're really sticklers on those rules on that one.
What's the latest?
And they're featuring some other people who, they're what's that great big tank of a dude?
Shane Taylor, or
yes, yeah, they've been showcasing him. And of course,
you guys.
Yes, James.
I'm sorry. I keep going.
What were you trying to say, James?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep going in and out. I was saying, is there a deal with Money Scroll in New Japan? I mean, because he filmed Angles. But it's not being shown now. Is he out of New Japan? Is he still in it? What?
Did he film Angles? I know he was at New Japan Strong, like at the tapings, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then I heard he filmed like one or two Angles, and then I guess I don't know if they're ever going to show it.
No, I don't think they are. They so many people were very vocal about they didn't know he was going to be there, and they wouldn't have been there if he was there. So
really, wow,
yeah.
Well, stays in the can.
Did we want to talk at all about the Andrade situation?
I mean,
he said he didn't ask for his release.
He said he did not.
He did not. That was the latest that I read this morning. I read that, but I don't know, how much fact there is, But
he might be being caught up in the. It might be, he might have gotten caught up in the
heat of the moment.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is he the third man? He's the third man. Andrade's a good talent, It's a shame that he's not on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
because he was a man in NXT. He was fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, as La Sombra in CMLL, he had a really good career. So
he won the IWGP Intercontinental title, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You might remember. Well, I've mentioned this match before because I've suggested people go find it. But the 2011, 2012, somewhere in there, one of the Fantastic Manias, him and Volador Jr. when they were both still masked at that time. They had a super match at a Fantastic Mania. It was like a 20-something minute match, and it was a super match that everyone should go track down.
Yeah. He posted on the 10th. He put a picture up of from CMLL with Roosh and Naito and.
So the original.
You think he'll go back to Mexico?
I mean, it's always possible, but the original Los Ingobernables was Rouge, La Sombra, and La Máscara. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But he could go to. I mean, he like we were saying. I mean, if he went to, Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
then he's got access to wrestle, Ring of Honor and New Japan and CMLL.
Yep. Well, like yes, but like if he's associating with Rouge, then probably not doing CML, because Rouge and CML don't do business anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
They still have one of their brothers there, but the Mystico version 2 or 3, however you want to look at it, is.
I watched 34 seconds of Impact this week, if that helps.
Oh, what was that like?
I don't know. I saw Moose's face and then boom, I changed the channel.
Oh, I
So
heard
it was intense for about 34 seconds.
I heard Kenny Omega is going to be challenging someone for the title at Impact, and I was like, okay.
Well, it has to be Moose, right?
It's going to be like Moose and the what's the guy, Swan? Rich Swan or something like that?
Yeah, Rich Swan. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting to unify those belts, and then the winner is going to face Kenny Omega at some point.
WCW in the 90s.
It's TNA-ism. I mean, that everything I seen this week, like from the Dynamite, was all like such TNA-ism. There is that thing where with the Inner Circle and MJF, and like the MJF and the Inner Circle were going to kick Chris Jericho out, and then Sammy Guevara comes out and he's like, "No, come on, tell him." And then they're like, "Yeah, ha ha ha, MJF, we knew you were trying to destroy us. We've been on to you this whole time. Ha 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 ha." And like, so then the Inner Circle is going to beat up MJF, and MJF's like, "Yeah, I knew you knew. That's why I built my own circle." And then
I knew you knew.
and then like the lights go down, and then when they come up, it's like FTR, Tully Blanchard, Sean Spears. They're standing there, and like for I don't know 5 or so seconds, everyone's just kind of awkwardly looking at each other, like, "Oh, were we supposed to go when the lights went back on?" Like they're kind of awkwardly looking at each other. Then they all just start brawling, and like one of the FTR, I think the bald one, he grabs like I guess like supposed to be the bubbly bottle or whatever. He like breaks it over someone's head, and then his hand's all wet, and he like looks at his hand like like his hand's all wet, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta be fighting," and I was just like, what?
So wait a minute, so he broke a champagne bottle over somebody's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was looking, his hand was all wet. He was like, "Oh," like he made a disgusted face. Like,
did it lay out the other person?
No, they all just kept fighting.
Yeah, because I mean, keeping sparkling wine, under pressure, with a cork, it takes a heavier bottle. See, like we used to hate when I was delivering wine. We used to hate delivering Corbel. Because it was, for one thing, for the longest time, it was a 15 bottle case instead of the standard 12. And
this must be heavy.
And it's heavy as fuck. And so, and when you bust one, that motherfucker that shit goes everywhere. It is the worst. I mean, you drop a sparkling wine bottle from more than about 4 feet, it's gonna be you're gonna be like, oh shit, where's the rest of it?
Whoosh.
But I mean, think about this whole deal of being like, we knew you were trying to destroy us from the inside, so we've been waiting all this time to get you. Ha ha ha. And like, think about this. Jericho just wrestled a match for the tag team titles with MJF at the pay-per-view. And then he's like, "Ha, I did all that just to get you in position to be like, aha, we knew you were trying to take us down." And then the other guy's like, "Oh, I knew you knew. That's why I was waiting to do this." Like, the whole deal is like stupid. Like, who came up with this shit?
As long as Tully Blanchard doesn't fucking slingshot suplex another 7th grader, then we're good.
It's TNA. Though. It's the bad TNA stuff. That's what I'm getting at.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I keep going in and out.
Everyone can hear you, James.
Cause I'm ready for the Justice League. Zack Snyder's cut's coming while the other Snyder's fixing the plumbing. Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Shout out to YYH for joining the chat room. Shout out to everyone watching, or listening, watching, whatever, later. Y'all have anything y'all want to plug real fast?
Cross and Beans Etsy store.
Yes, it's like secondhand store. It's the number 2, then NDHANDSSTORE. So Etsy, look up that. There's a very special looking at cards coming this Tuesday. Has to do with
Blossom, the TV series.
No, it has to do with an activity
this week on a special Blossom.
Has to do with an activity I plan on partaking in on holiday this Wednesday. So,
St. Patty's Day, drink a drinkle.
Is it the Joey Lawrence trading card set?
Sure.
Sure. I thought you were going to say Joey Ryan.
No, James. Make sure you check out the Crap Talk show on my Patreon, patreon.com/Texan Spaniard Studios. Bean and I, we really tore apart that Godzilla Kong trailer, and Bean, he explained the role of cinematics and the director to me. So, if you want to hear all that good stuff,
you guys are gonna shit on this movie even before it's out. You're already shitting on it because you're shitting on the trailers, you're shitting on everything before the movie even makes a premiere.
Yeah, you can blame that King of the Monster shit for it. So, everyone, take care. Also, I have been doing ratings again on my coffee. So, ko-fi.com/Texan Spaniard Studios. My coffee, I have been doing ratings again on there. But,
I want to give a special shout out to MZ, Mrs. Zero. She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be on the corner panhandling for some rhinestones. So there you go.
And we'll see y'all next week, God willing. I'm sure we'll hear about the Justice League from James. He'll give us a full 4-hour report.
Live reaction.
Live reaction, yeah.
We'll see y'all next week. Everyone take care. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
Wash everything. And adios.
Peace.